Marvel lied to us. Kang's fate was sealed with a secret clue nobody noticed, until now. The real answer is hiding in Fantastic Four, and it changes everything. Watch till the end, because what you're about to see will rewrite the entire multiverse saga. In the swirling chaos that marks the edge of Marvel's multiversal design, there echoes the name of a ghost, Kang. But don't expect a grand entrance or a multiverse-shattering return. Instead, when Avengers, Doomsday unfolds, it may whisper his name like a shadow passing through forgotten halls. Rumors now swirl that the film won't bring Kang to the screen, but it will speak of him, unraveling the mystery of what truly became of Marvel's fractured conqueror. The stage was set once. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania tried to launch him as a multiversal god king, yet the box office sent back murmurs of hesitation. Even before scandal dimmed the spotlight, Marvel Studios had begun to weigh their escape hatch. Loki Season 2 did more than hint. It carved out the off-ramp, sculpted from time, space, and narrative convenience. The finale didn't end with Kang. It crowned Loki, now a cosmic steward at the heart of a sprawling world tree of timelines. Where once a temporal loom spun a circular timeline, now Loki holds the branches in solemn solitude. Yet the past isn't so easily pruned. Even as Kang fades, echoes of his legacy reverberate. That mid-credit scene in Quantumania still lingers like unfinished business. The Time Variance Authority, once seemingly an extension of He Who Remains Dominion, is now adrift. And while their role appears uncertain, they're still chasing variants, still guarding splinters of reality. And so, his shadow remains, even if his form has vanished. Now peel back another layer. Enter the Baxter Building. Buried in the promotional teasers for Marvel's Fantastic Four, sharp-eyed fans have dissected what appears to be Reed Richards' lab. Among the scattered machinery, some screens glow orange, others blue. Round in shape, interface eerily familiar. Look closely. They mirror the tech of the TVA. This is not just Easter egg material. It's architecture. It's design language. And it whispers of something deeper. The TVA always carried a 1960s aesthetic, orange chairs, analog switches, and a timeless sense of nostalgia. Coincidence? Maybe not. The Fantastic Four movie is confirmed to be set in the 60s too. And who is He Who Remains, the architect of the TVA's destiny? A variant of Nathaniel Richards, himself a distant descendant of Reed Richards. This is no mere familial nod. It's circular causality. Before Loki assumed his godly post, He Who Remains described time as a perfect circle, where the future loops into the past and back again. That places the 1960s and every other era on equal footing in that endless loop. So when Reed Richards builds a device in the 1960s that resembles TVA technology, maybe it's not mimicry, maybe it's inheritance, or perhaps it's all the same timeline echoing itself. Which brings us back to Kang. Even if Jonathan Majors never steps into the spotlight again, and all signs point to that, Kang remains unavoidable. He was the engine behind the multiverse saga. Victor Timely, He Who Remains, the arena of cosmic collapse. Erasing him completely would leave a gaping narrative wound. Instead, Marvel seems poised to do what it does best: rewrite history through exposition. A few lines, a visual cue, a data file on a TVA monitor, and suddenly Kang's fate is sealed, elegantly off-screen. Explained just enough to close his chapter, but not enough to lock the door. Because Kang is, by design, eternal. You don't defeat time. You bury it under layers of new timelines and hope no one digs too deep. And yet, the fans remember. We remember a villain whose potential felt like Thanos with a philosopher's tongue. A presence not just menacing, but mythic. If Kang were to return 10 or 15 years from now, if Jonathan Majors walked through a portal in Marvel's Phase 9, it would feel poetic. Kang is a villain who thrives on time itself, who disappears only to reemerge stronger, more refined, more dangerous. His entire persona is built on the inevitability of return. Still, don't hold your breath for Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. All signs suggest Kang will be referenced, not resurrected. Doom, it seems, has claimed the throne that once belonged to the Conqueror. And Kang, once destined to be the saga's colossal final boss, may instead serve as a narrative stepping stone. Not a grand send-off, just a whispered caution. Yet the strands of fate are never so simple. Deadpool and Wolverine will thread the TVA back into the wider MCU. That's not accidental. Marvel knows that too many viewers never touch Disney+. They need to reintroduce the mechanics: time travel, multiverse theory, pruning, with branching timelines. The TVA is the lens through which they will explain the chaos. And that lens was forged by Kang's hand. So while the man may vanish, his fingerprints remain. This is strategy, not sentiment. Marvel is bridging the gap between streaming exclusives and cinematic epics. They need the TVA alive. They need Loki seated at the center of the multiverse. And they need Kang, if not in body, then at least in legend. The story demands it. The multiverse insists. In the end, Kang may be gone, but his echo endures. And for those of us still watching, still hoping, it's enough to keep the clock ticking. Maybe, just maybe, the Conqueror isn't finished. Not yet. So, is Kang really gone? Or has Marvel just moved him off the board until we least expect it? Do you think the TVA's 1960s design was a clue all along? And if Kang ever returns, should it be Jonathan Majors or someone entirely new? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're diving deep into time theory down there. And if you love Marvel breakdowns with hidden layers and multiverse madness, make sure you subscribe. This is just the beginning.